Launch vehicle with the AsiaSat 9 satellite on board. About 10 seconds after liftoff, the launch vehicle performs a roll maneuver to align the launch vehicle pitch axis with the planned northeasterly launch azimuth. Plus 30 seconds. Going through a cloud there. Now the vehicle will soon experience maximum dynamic pressure, or max Q, which is when the aerodynamic force on the vehicle has peaked. For Proton, the max Q occurs at 62 seconds after liftoff at a velocity of Mach 1.6. Visible condensation that appears to be Unfortunately, disappearing into the cloud. We don't have a live video, but we're getting the mission simulation shown. Everything seems to be proceeding nominally as the vehicle ascends a suborbital trajectory along the route, which provides a parking orbit inclination of 51.6 degrees. Telemetry page there, the actual flight telemetry being plotted against the nominal. About 90 seconds into launch. Now we're coming up on the first stage separation from the second stage. That's set to occur at 2 minutes into the flight. In order to maintain a constant level of acceleration, the second stage engines ignite prior to separation from the first stage. On a clear day, unlike today, launch site observers may be able to see a halo effect as the second stage engines ignite. Still awaiting confirmation from Baikonur, but at this time we should have a second ignition of the second stage and a separation from the first stage. Still watching the plot of the telemetry from the vehicle being plotted against the nominal trajectory. And we have confirmation of ignition of the second stage and confirmation of good separation from the first stage. We also have confirmation of the planned level of thrust on all 4 of the second stage engines. And the second stage is going to operate for about 3 minutes and 26 seconds. The next key mission milestone will be the separation of the third stage from the second stage at L plus 5 minutes and 27 seconds. About 20 seconds into the third stage operation, the density of the atmosphere at that altitude is lower, so then the payload fairing can be jettisoned. As the mission proceeds, the launch vehicle travels from Kazakhstan into Russian territory, and then our viewers may notice some brief planned delays in our reporting of key mission milestones, because the telemetry has to be relayed through multiple ground stations and facilities.
John, thank you so much. The first burn of the Breeze M upper stage is scheduled for completion about 16 minutes into the flight. Our live coverage will conclude shortly afterwards, with mission updates posted to the ILS website, Facebook, and Twitter pages thereafter. Now, located in the heart of Silicon Valley, SSL is a world-leading provider of innovative satellites and spacecraft systems.
Ракета носителя устойчивая. 330 секунд. Есть запуск рулевого двигателя третьей ступени. Есть выключение двигателей второй ступени. Прошло отделение второй ступени. Есть запуск вашего двигателя третьей ступени. 340 секунд. Полет нормальный. Тангаж, рыскание, вращение, норм. 350 секунд. Есть сброс головного обтекателя.
Constraint on the angle of the orbit to the sun. And as we all know, the Earth-Sun angle changes throughout the year, so this leads to a daily LSTP window that varies slightly from day to day. Once we know the spacecraft mass, the mission type, and the LSTP window requirements by the satellite, the crewnet specialist can essentially backpropagate a mission design, leading to a required liftoff time to meet all mission requirements. In our case, it's a launch in the wee hours of the morning for the AsiaSat 9 team in Baikonur. Good for us in Washington, D.C. today, not so convenient for our AsiaSat customer in Hong Kong, where it's currently around 3 a.m. And since our last update, I did get confirmation that we have had stage 2-3 separation, and stage 3 is burning. At this point, the payload fairing jettison should have occurred as well. And that occurs at a velocity of about 4,600 meters per second, or 2.9 miles per second, at an altitude of 138 kilometers. And that was just confirmed to me over my IFB as well. So our next major milestone happens in a few minutes. That'll be the separation of the Proton's third stage from the Breezanne upper stage.
Right, thanks, John. We've talked about it a little today, and we've given some of our viewers a baseline knowledge of the ILS Proton. Now let's take a more in-depth look at the mainstay Proton.
Well, since our last update, I did get confirmation that the Stage 3 operation has completed successfully and that we do have a separation of the orbital unit, which is the Breeze-M and the spacecraft, from the third stage. So now we're just waiting on the next mission milestone, which is the first ignition of the first 5 burns of the Breeze-M upper stage.
All right, John, thank you so much. The Breeze-M upper stage is designed for injecting payloads into low, medium, or geosynchronous orbits. The main engine can be restarted up to 8 times during flight and allows precision injection of the spacecraft into the target orbit. Now let's learn more about Proton's technology and its role in the AsiaSat 9 mission.
Soon we will have Stage 3 separation from the Breeze-M. The orbital unit, or the spacecraft together with the adapter, separation system, and Breeze-M, will be traveling at approximately 7,300 meters per second